Hi, this is Craig Collins, and in this video I'm going to walk you through Twitter and talk with you about the main points that you want to cover and that you really need to know in speaking with clients when selling the service under Maximize Social Media. So right now I'm on my Twitter account, and a lot of people believe that Twitter is just noise. They don't understand how to use it. That's understandable if they really haven't put much time into it, and if they just use twitter.com, then it is a lot of noise. There's no way that I could just use Twitter and successfully have any sort of meaningful conversation. So I've got a little over 130,000 followers. So on this stream right now, I see a potential of literally 130,000 people that are tweeting right now. So it's impossible to follow without the proper tools, and it's impossible to follow the right people, to connect with the right people without the right tools. So there are some Twitter clients that make that much easier. So the first one that we use under Maximize is called Twello. So it's sort of the yellow pages of Twitter. It's Twello.com, and basically they've categorized everyone on Twitter. So if we look at categories, we see that we've got a number of different categories we can look at. We've got everything from advertising through zoologists as an example. So, but if we just highlight some of these, we can see how many people are under these particular categories on the right side there. So what we can do is target people by category. We can target them by keyword. We can also target by geography, by their location. So if we continue with the example that I used in Facebook, for instance, if we're just working on a service for a Denver auto dealer as an example, I'll type in Denver, and we want to target people who live near that auto dealer. So when I type in Denver, we've got a result of over 29,000 people who have the term Denver on their profile in their Twitter bio. So this is a fairly large market that we can target for this auto dealer. So, and of course, the folks that have the highest number of Twitter followers are initially going to be athletes and celebrities and so on. So it's not likely that we'll get anything from them. So I'll typically go down to page 2. And if we scroll down, we can start to see that now we do have some people that are real people that would make sense for us to follow. So what I'll do is I would just go through and click on follow for each of these people. All right, and we can see that we've got folks that have 32,000 followers, 37,000 followers. So we've got a lot of folks who are active on Twitter. And what you'll find is the people in general that have the highest number of followers are those that are going to be most active. Okay, so we'll follow all these people on behalf of our clients, so that now we've got a pretty targeted group of folks, at least that are all within the geographic area of our auto dealership. Okay, so now once we've followed these folks, what we want to do is we want to manage the conversations with these people. So we use another tool called Hootsuite, which essentially allows us to categorize the different people and the different conversations that we're having. Okay, so this is my profile that we're looking at right now. I've created a mentions column, and this just basically tells me anyone who is mentioning me on Twitter at all. Okay, so what we would do, for instance, for the auto dealer is we would set up a search under mentions so that we can follow conversations anytime someone mentions that auto dealer. So that's a great customer service opportunity or sales opportunity. So if someone says that, I'm going down to check out the Denver Range Rover, new Range Rovers they have available this Saturday, well, we're going to pick up on that. Okay, so what we can do is we can connect with that person and say, hey, be sure to ask for Mike. He's our expert on Range Rovers. He'll be happy to take you for a test drive up in the mountains, as an example. Okay, so it really gives us an opportunity to listen to conversations that people are having about our clients. We can also do searches as well. So I can search for people who are talking about automobiles, okay, within Denver. So, or type in the word car as an example. So, those are all opportunities to connect with people who might be in the market for an automobile, might know someone who's in the market for an automobile. So those are all opportunities for us to engage with our potential clients on behalf of our clients to basically bring customers through the door. So It's a very powerful way to connect with people in a targeted environment. So we can find people who live in a specific location and look for conversations people are having. Now, what we'll also do is we're going to tweet on behalf of our clients typically 10 to 15 times per day. Okay, so we'll send out tweets that are related to their specific market. So if I go to my profile as an example, we can see that I've had conversations with people. I am posting information related to social media. So we would do the same thing for our clients as well. So in the case of the auto dealer, what we'll do is we're going to post articles on how to buy your car, right? Leasing versus financing. Articles on why the Range Rover outperforms other vehicles. Okay, so we'll post good quality content for people on Twitter to engage with. So we're not going to just say, had oatmeal and eggs for breakfast. Okay, that's what a lot of people think of Twitter, especially when it first started. But, there's a true marketing opportunity that we can use to engage with that specific audience. So again, we're going to tweet probably 10 to 15 times a day, high quality articles that are helpful to that user base, okay, that help people understand how to buy a car, the benefits of a Range Rover or whatever the brand may be, benefits of owning versus leasing. And then we'll get into conversations with people as well. So again, we don't want to just be a brand or a company. We want people to believe that, hey, there's a real human behind here as well. There's a personality attached to this auto dealership. So we're also going to post some fun things also. We're going to say, hey, the parade is coming through Denver, downtown Denver this weekend. Who's going? All right. Or, there's snow up in the mountains. Have you got your skis and your snowboards ready? So that's just an example of what we could post on behalf of our clients to let them know, again, that, look, there's a real personality behind the business here. And, so what we're going to do is we're going to be active on a daily basis throughout the day to get in front of as many people as possible, to form these relationships with people so that we're not just sending out information blindly. We're actually trying to forge relationships with people on Twitter to bring them through the doors. Okay, so that's what we do for our clients. We do a very targeted approach to find people to converse with on Twitter, give them good, solid, valuable information on a daily basis, and create a relationship with them. So that's the real value in Twitter, and that's the real value that you can use to sell to your clients. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you on the next video.